Hello, this is Henito, and today we are playing more Cabernet. In the last episode, we witnessed Evgeny's duel with Kirill. We actually interfered and helped save Evgeny. We don't know what kind of psychological impact that's going to have on him, though, because, he's taken the life of someone else. How's that going to affect him? I can't really remember much of what else happened in the last episode, but a lot happened. We got a new dress. That was a big highlight for us. It's funny. I was like, yeah, these horrible things happen, but on the plus side, we got this nice dress.
Hey, Petya. There's something I've always wanted to ask you. I noticed that you fall asleep on occasion. Do you actually need to sleep now that you're in a doll's body?
That thought never occurred to me. Why don't we try an experiment? I'll try to stay awake throughout one day and one night and let you know what happens. Not like I have much else to do.
Sounds like a plan.
Sounds horrifying. I'm not sure I like the idea of having a sleepless doll staying in the room with us. It's just Petya, and as far as we know, Petya is okay. But I'm not sure I like the idea of a sleepless... What? Oh, it's bedtime. I haven't gone to bed. Right. Wondered why I started smoking. It's because I haven't gone to sleep. So let's do that. Oh, Petya's trying to sleep. Can I... Are you sleeping, or what are you doing? Also, I noticed we're getting very pale. So I assume we're gonna need some blood again at some point. I want to see if the doctor has anything for us, though.
It's too dark.
Oh my gosh.
I'll break my neck if I walk around here like this.
Liza, can you please learn to see in the dark? You're a vampire, for fridge's sake.
Hello, Doctor.
Huh? What?
Doctor's daughter, relationship 90.
Doctor, is this a good time?
For what, dear?
If it's all right, I'd like to hear what happened to your daughter after the higher society intervened. Did you ever get to see her again?
Very well. I suppose it's time to finish this story. You see, despite my orders, I found it impossible to keep away from Sophia. I knew that going against the higher society directly might put her in danger, so I kept an eye on her from the shadows and watched as she grew into a young lady. I even attended her wedding.
How did you manage that?
There may have been a particularly nosy bat in the registrar's rafters that day. She was so beautiful. I couldn't help but speak to her telepathically that evening and tell her how proud I was of her. She thought it was a sign of approval from the heavens, that I was sending a message to her from beyond the grave. In a sense, she wasn't wrong. Over the years, I followed her around while treating patients as a traveling doctor. I wanted so desperately to reach out and tell her that her papa was still here, that I'd kept watch over her all this time. All I desired was to touch her sweet face and kiss her forehead one more time.
You're a good father?
You were a wonderful father to her.
I'm not so sure myself, but thank you, dear. It means a lot. She was my child, my only one.
Did you ever get to reunite?
In the last few years of her life, I'd set up a local practice, feeling rather certain that she would stay here in town. Her husband had died some years earlier, and her children had left to find their fortune. One night, someone knocked on my door, and there she was. I'd made a point of avoiding treating her in the past, lest she remembered me, but this visit took me by surprise.
And did she recognize you?
No, she barely recognized herself. In her old age, she had become feeble both mentally and physically. Her neighbors had found her wandering around in her nightdress, claiming to be tending the roses. They brought her to me to see if anything could be done. Realizing it was finally safe to do so, I took Sophia in and fitted out a room with a new bed and that vanity. My little girl was living under my roof once again, and I was determined to ensure she'd pass into the next world.
Oh, comfortably. Sorry. My finger slipped. Must have been so hard. I mean, it probably was. What must have been amazing. I mean, he got to see his daughter again, and he got to tend to her in her old age and try and help her pass peacefully. But I mean, it's also his child. He wouldn't have expected to outlive her.
It must have been so difficult to see her like that.
Of course it was. But it was also a blessing that allowed me to spend her final moments together again. Over the next few years, I kept Sophia alive and well. I fed her, bathed her, clothed her, and comforted her at night when she awoke from a nightmare. I told her stories of Boris the Bat, a creature that followed a beautiful princess all its life and made sure she came to no harm. In this way, I was able to share what I'd done her whole life without admitting who and what I was. On her last night of life, I made sure to brush her hair with extra care and place a soft blanket over her when she was under the sheets. I stroked her face and kissed her forehead, and in that moment she looked at me and said, "Papa?" And then she slipped into her eternal slumber. I like to think she knew, at the very end, that her papa was still there, keeping her safe. That he never left her, and that he would always carry her in his stilled heart. And so, that is why I have a vanity in that room, Liza. I couldn't bring myself to change it after she left. I hope you don't mind.
Of course not. I'm just happy you got to spend those final moments with your child. Thank you for sharing your story with me, Doctor. You don't know how much it means for me to hear it.
You deserved to know, dear. You know, I don't think I've told it to anyone in full like that before. And I must admit, it felt good to share it with someone.
I'm honored.
Now, if you don't mind, Liza, I'd like to spend some time by myself. The older you get, the quicker one gets emotional, you see?
Of course. I'll see myself off. Have a good evening.
And you, dear.
Okay, good. He didn't actually kick us out. I was hoping that he wouldn't. Because we gotta do some work, because I want money. Blood research. Purchase a blood sample from Marvin Salon. I thought we already did that. Did we not? Well, let's read a chapter. We've got 7 sessions left before we actually get any coin. So, it's gonna be a long old time before we get some more money. Very thankful for Petya for giving us a free dress. That was very helpful. Now, actually I can put this lantern away. Let's do that. We don't need to carry it everywhere. I'm getting a bit thirsty though, and I've not got any blood on me.
Hi, Liza. Make yourself at home, please. Good night, little duck.
Okay, never mind. Faina doesn't have anything to say to us. What have we still got on our menu? No regrets. Checking with the revolutionaries at the vodka bar on the 1st of July. What's the time? Today is the 26th of June. Okay, so we've got... It's not even this month that we can do that. That's fine. Meet Elisa at the bookstore. Okay. We can do that. Help Arban find her sire. Find the head from the riddle. So we still haven't done that. We need to look for the cat. We need to complete the 3rd lot of medical tasks. We need to check on Anastasia. Oh yeah, we made friends with Anastasia in the last episode as well. So now we're buddies. How you doing after your husband's
Hi,
duel?
Anastasia. I just came to check in on Evgeny. How's he holding up?
He's gone.
What?
He left town. Said he can't live with this guilt and can't put me and others in danger.
Oh, you mean so he just left?
He packed the other night and disappeared. I tried to stop him, but...
I'm so sorry. If there's anything I can do...
I'm glad you came. There is something I need to give you. Hold on.
A shot at midnight. Evgeny's new poetry book with a special dedication.
He said it's for you. I didn't read it.
Thank you.
If you don't mind, I need some time to myself now.
Of course. I understand. Good night. There's a poem here that's dedicated to me.
Oh, everyone's telling me to get lost today. To Elizaveta. I climbed atop the widow's peak and found myself alone. Then felt a breath upon my cheek, dismissed it as my own. A mist descends from heights unseen and rids my eyes of sight. I sink into a deep ravine between two walls of night. Some comfort I can yet find here, as all my senses dull. My thoughts and memories disappear, a grey and peaceful lull. A gentle hand then takes my sleeve and pulls me through the blight. Such beauty I could not conceive, a woman made of light. Her eyes the depth of ancient water, her smile the finest silken thread, her hands as cold as winter's daughter, yet palm the warmest I have read. Beyond all this, a sublime wisdom, such kindness I have never known. The mist fades with her apparition, and once again I am left alone. If I should scale that peak again, if my odd mood should deem it so, I know that breath to be a friend, a sweet whisper, not far to go. Okay. So we've completed Evgeny's quest because he's just gone.
What an interesting...
No, I don't want to look at Anastasia's books. I want to leave. So... I don't know if we could have changed things, if we'd saw Evgeny before the duel. Maybe we could have told him to not do it or to run away. I don't know, I feel like we've kind of messed up Evgeny's whole story.
Good evening.
He didn't have a happy end either way.
How can I be of service?
Don't want to talk about the fact that your boss is gone?
Good evening.
What can I get for you? Always a pleasure.
Okay, so neither of them want to talk to me about anything. Which is fair enough, I guess. Man, things have just, you know, combusted in this whole place. And I still haven't found where the head is
How can I
for
help
this
you?
poem. Clean blood sample. Isn't that what the doctor wants? Oh my god, I can't afford any blood. I'm gonna have to drink from someone. Just putting it out there. From my diminishing pool of possible victims, I am gonna have to... I'm gonna have to suck on someone. Because I'm gonna have to. Can I enchant you right now? This is not a good time to use vampire powers? Okay.
How may I help you? Good night.
Oh, our relationship isn't good enough? Did I lose relationship with Tropheme? Maybe I did, because in the last episode, Tropheme tried to take his own life. And we basically told him to go home and sort himself out. So maybe he didn't like that. I can't actually remember if we lost some relationship with him over that or not. But yeah, my pool of possible victims is diminishing quite quickly. Okay. So, but we could drink from Roman.
Let's see if I can find that book about local legends that Arbin mentioned. No need to bother anyone else. I'll just peruse the shelves on my own.
So you say, oh, you literally won't let me talk to him right now? Okay.
This doesn't look useful.
Okay. So, Marusa is here. We need to talk to Elisa, but we can't.
Nothing of interest here.
Okay. So where else can we look? Because whatever her name is, Marusa or whatever is standing there.
What a
dull book. Well, that's not useful then.
A pamphlet on local legends, written by Roman himself.
That would be the one to go for then.
Could this be what Arbin was referring to?
Yes, I think it
Let's see.
is.
Aha! There's a page on the Rusalka.
The Rusalka is a creature commonly associated with the water. It is believed to possess the visage of a young woman, potentially displaying characteristics of a Piscean nature. Whilst older texts often speak of its benevolent nature, guiding the harvest and spurring fertility, the Rusalka has become more frequently linked to death and drowning, a restless spirit seeking revenge for wrongs committed. The local understanding is that of the latter. It is said that the town's lake is home to one of these figures of legend. For 25 years, the town had been plagued by unexplained drownings and mysterious wounds of a vicious nature, all attributed to this creature. Yet, when the lake bed has been searched, no trace of such a being is found.
Not too much new information here. However, it does mention that the incident started approximately 25 years ago. Perhaps Town Hall has a report on a missing young woman from around that time. I should speak to someone there.
So now we can go to the town hall. So we'll do that. Excuse me, I want to talk to whatever this person's name is. Oh, it's going to take time? Okay.
Marusa?
Liza, it's good to see you again.
You don't sound like you necessarily really think that it is good to see me again.
Is that the shooting party? Are you a fan of Chekhov?
Didn't expect you to know anything about literature.
Excuse me? A what? Why would I not know?
Glad to surprise you.
I've studied some of his plays, but reading plays isn't the same as watching them. It made me a bit sad.
So I thought I'd read some of his fiction instead.
Isn't the shooting party a little, crass?
Why? Because it's about murder? I may as well find horrors within the pages, rather than out on the streets.
Whatever floats your boat.
At least this is fiction.
I suppose you have a point. It's quite late. I'm surprised you're here at this hour by yourself.
Don't have much choice if I want to continue my studies. And I have permission to read off the shelves.
So you like to read?
As much as I can and as often as I can. Which isn't very much with all the work in the fields.
Ooh, reading is my passion too.
I've always loved reading, even as a child. When I wasn't studying, I read whatever I could pick up. I found that books could transport me to a different world, or a different time, and for a brief moment, I wasn't Liza. I was a princess or hero or a dashing pirate.
So you get it. Reading is almost a magical force. However, at the moment, I'm reading less fiction. With the hours I have, there's little time for escapism.
So, other than Chekhov, what are you reading?
I'm trying to read more politics and social commentaries. It feels like the world is already on a huge course of change, and if I don't prepare, I might blink and be left even further behind.
I see.
In order to survive a harsh winter, you must stock up on your provisions. It feels like it's the same with your mind.
That's very astute.
Is it? It just seems like common sense to me.
You may be surprised how many people don't have that quality. For someone so young, you certainly seem to know what you want.
Working the land is honorable. I don't look down on it. And with more progress, maybe one day my community will get to benefit from their labor the way they should. But in the meantime, what about people like me? People who want something different? Why must it be so difficult to dream of something else, to live the stories, not simply read them in books forever? And I'm lucky to even be able to do that much. Ah, is that the time already? It's later than I thought.
Is something wrong?
I just need to get home. We have to be up before dawn tomorrow to tend the fields. I'm planning on picking some mushrooms one of these evenings. Would you care to join me?
Why me?
It's a chore I can complete quicker with an extra pair of hands. And you're a woman who's managed to achieve her dream. I'd like to know more about how you did it.
Sure, why not?
Of course. I'll see you soon.
Great. Let's talk more then. But I must go now. Till next time.
Okay.
Such a headstrong girl. Maybe I could buy her a gift for the next time I see her.
A gift? Maybe a book that she can actually take home with her? Do we want to talk to Alyssa? Maybe, I don't know. Oh, we're really thirsty though.
Liza, what a lovely surprise.
Hello, Roman. I'm sorry, but I think I might have to cash in on our relationship. Are there? I'll speak privately.
There's something I'd like to discuss with you privately.
Of course. Do join me in the store's back room.
I love how he's so accommodating. He's just like, you want to talk to me in private? That's absolutely fine, yeah. I don't have a problem with that. as I said, I am sorry, Roman. I don't mean to cash in on our relationship like this. Let's get a nice amount of blood, not too much. There we go. That's probably fine. There we go. Our relationship has deteriorated, of course. Can I unenchant this way, or do I have to just leave him like this for now? Oh, he looks paler. That is attention to detail. Okay, I feel really bad now. I feel like a betrayed Roman. Gonna have to buy him a little gift. What would he like?
Elisa, fancy seeing you here.
Nihilism. Okay, apparently I need nihilism to just ask her what she's reading. Man, I feel great after taking Roman's blood. I can sprint and everything. Meanwhile, Roman looks pale. Wan. Can we annoy Anastasia? Man, that's a disturbing painting. That is a very... not a painting I like. Okay, is she outside? Here she is. Oh, it'll take time. What else are we doing? We can investigate the Rusalka by going to the town hall. No, let's talk to Anastasia about things. I mean, you know. We did have a hand in what happened to her husband. Kind of.
Anastasia?
Evening, Liza. Isn't it a beautiful night?
Is it? You kind of look like you've been brainwashed and given up on life.
Stunning. So peaceful, too. You must spend a lot of time out here. I know I would.
Lately, I feel as if life is slipping through my fingers like sand, faster and faster every day. And there is no one to blame but myself. When I'm here, time itself seems to stop. So, yes, I come here rather often.
Anastasia, are you all right? I mean, really? I've been meaning to ask, back when you were fighting the kitchen fire, was that a swear word I heard from you?
Being married to a man like Evgeny will do that to you.
You're not so prim and proper after all.
I suppose I'm not, really. About that moment, Liza, may I confess something to you?
Of course.
I told you a lie earlier, and it's been bothering me ever since.
Oh? You lied to us?
Before the fire started, I never actually left the kitchen. Not physically, at least.
Oh, well, that's not nearly as scandalous of a lie as I expected.
I suppose not. But it still didn't feel right to lie to my friend.
A friend? But what happened then, if you don't mind me asking?
It's rather embarrassing. Do you promise not to laugh?
I make no such promise. Relationship's only 5. I think that Anastasia will appreciate a little bit of humor.
I will absolutely not make such a promise.
Fine. I was sitting by the window and listening to a bird song outside. It was so beautiful that I started to compose a piece in my head. And before I knew it, I had a whole bird orchestra playing a concert.
Try not to laugh. Which birds and which parts?
Which birds are doing what parts?
I don't know.
Yes, you do. Tell me, I bet the ducks were the brass.
Percussion, actually. Herons were on brass.
Ah, of course.
Sparrows were on strings, and swans were woodwind.
This is fascinating. Do you often compose animal music in your head?
Animals? No. But music? Yes. Quite often. It was my dream to be a composer, to write and play music all across the country, and maybe even beyond.
So, what happened?
My family. My womanhood. And Evgeny.
I see. Do you not still dream of living that life?
Of course I do. I just described a bird orchestra to you. But it's not meant to be, and I've come to terms with it.
Why is this in yellow? Take her hand and comfort? I mean, we would like to comfort our friend who has just revealed a dream that she has that unfortunately time and circumstance and attitudes kind of don't permit her to pursue as easily as she might like.
Anastasia, listen.
Yes?
Lord knows you're going through a rough time, but this too shall pass. You are too talented to abandon your dream just like that. I want you to promise me that you will pursue it. You owe it to the world, to me, and most importantly, to yourself.
All right, I promise. But I'm only doing it because you begged.
I'll take it. And whenever you feel like you do tonight, I'll be there to comfort you.
Thank you, Liza. That means the world. You've been such a comfort to me tonight. I wish the night didn't have to end, but it's getting late. I'm afraid I have to go to bed. Tomorrow will be a difficult day.
Kiss on the cheek. Is that too much? Are we being too much? We've got a new friend and we're very happy. Have your first kiss as a vampire just got an achievement.
Sweet dreams.
Good night.
It was just a kiss on the cheek though. You know. We're friends. Find it funny that the screen had to go black for that though. They couldn't animate a little peck on the cheek. It had to just fade to black. And now we need to get home before we burn to a crisp. Ooh. Hey, some clever ducky left their window. Petya?
Petya?
Oh, Liza, you're back. Thank goodness. Although I'm rather embarrassed to have you see me in such a state.
Are you hurt?
Not exactly. It isn't painful, but I fear my legs are shattered. Serves me right for using porcelain instead of wood. If you wouldn't mind.
Oh, Petya broke his
Here
little
we go.
legs. Poor thing.
You poor thing. I'm so sorry.
Thank you. I'm trying not to be too self-pitying, but it's one thing after another with this body.
Wasn't made to hold a person.
So many things I used to take for granted.
Or like your legs just not shattering.
I only wanted to sell my dolls. Liza, could you tell me something? Why did Elisa bring me back?
I don't know if there's a graphical glitch going on with Evgeny's face. Evgeny? Where did that come from? Petya. Because Petya's eyes are kind of fluttering under the eyelids. but the eyelids look closed. She felt guilty because she likes you for her research. I mean, we don't know for sure. I think Elisa feels guilty. But I think she also liked Petya. I don't know. She felt guilty because she likes you. Because she likes you. She felt guilty. I don't know.
It's because she likes you.
So she brought me to a mansion full of vampires. No offense.
Yeah, maybe that wasn't the right thing to say. I think it's more that she felt guilty.
None taken. I don't think she intended for you to die. That was an accident, and it's part of why she was so desperate to revive you. Elisa is odd, but I believe that deep down she does like you quite a bit.
Well, I do agree with that. I think when Elisa was talking about Petya, there was something about her that indicated that maybe she actually really, really liked Petya more than she would be willing to admit.
I see. What is it?
Well, I was wondering, if Matilda had suffered such an injury before now, what would you have done?
Well, I suppose I would have cast new legs. I kept the original molds after all.
And where might those molds be now?
Oh, I'm not sure. I suppose whoever took on my belongings after my death, most likely my family. And in that case, there's a good chance my father discarded them.
We should try anyway. It can't hurt.
Yes. Perhaps Mother convinced him to hold on to them. Or perhaps he hasn't had the time.
Did he dislike your craft so much?
Yes.
Oh.
In any case, I'll give you their address. Perhaps if you suggest you were a client who had purchased Matilda.
I'll do what I can.
Write a letter to Petya's parents. Where can we do that?
Let's see. Well, first, to whom should I address it?
Both parents? Just the father? Just the mother? Both parents.
How should I introduce myself?
As a friend?
I should offer my condolences here.
Heartfelt.
Should I go into more detail about him?
Add a true story? Make up something masculine? No.
Now, about the doll.
What is this? Be delicate, be direct? What do you mean? We're not going to tell them that Petya's in a friggin' doll. We want the legs, the molds. Be delicate?
There. I just need to sign off. Perfect.
Okay, and now we'll
Signed and sealed. Now, I just need to put it into a mailbox on the main street and hope for the best.
A letter Liza wrote to Petya's parents asking for Matilda's leg molds. Okay. I don't know where the post box in this town is.
Let's see if we can make...
Oh, no, I don't want to change anything, thank you very much.
Now that I know...
Okay. So, I don't think we can go outside to... Oh, I know where there's a post box. There's a post box downstairs, is there not? I mean, they said a post box on the main street. Can we put it in this one? Surely it gets checked by a postie.
No mail for me this time.
Okay, well that's just for the receipt of mail, clearly. Of course, couldn't be that easy. We'll have to go and drop the letter into a postal box instead.
Let's turn this.
So let's end the day and see what happens tomorrow. We need to go to the town hall. We need to post our letter. It's not time to meet the revolutionaries yet, because that'll be July 1st. Meet Marussia in the forest for mushroom picking. Oh, yes. Maybe we should wear our ordinary garb for that.
So, how did your experiment go?
I stayed up all this time and didn't get tired at all. Seems like I don't have to do this.
Will you be awake all the time now?
If I was still in a human body, I'd probably love that. So much more time for work. But now that I don't need to worry about that, I think I'll choose to sleep on occasion. I still see dreams, and I enjoy them. They remind me of the feelings I used to have before. Help me stay who I am.
Fascinating.
Thank you for giving me the idea, though. It's great to know the capacities of my new condition. You really are a scientist at heart, aren't you?
Glad to be of service.
Okay, so Petya doesn't need to sleep, but can choose to sleep when he wishes.
It's too dark.
Okay.
I'll break my neck if I walk around here
Let's
like
do
this.
some science. So we get the monies. Excuse me. Thank you.
What should I work on?
Okay, nothing to work on there. So it's just these ones here that we've got. Oh my gosh, could you please? There. There are many things that I really like about this game, but the icons for selecting things is not one of them, because they're very variable as to how accurate they are. I do wonder what we can buy for Roman to kind of make it up to him that we drank his blood. Where is Roman? Here he is. 80? Okay, we want to keep him sweet. So literally for our taste. No, I'm just joking. We need to keep him in a good. Hello? Thought I heard music just then. We need to keep him well disposed towards us. So is there anything here that kind of seems like something
Anything
Roman would
particular?
like? Oh, we don't really have much money though. That's the only issue. So, reading spectacles. A great gift for voracious readers with eyesight issues. So, I mean, that would be a good present for Roman, I would have thought.
Letter to Petya's parents sent, and now we wait.
And now we wait to get a letter back from his dad, being like, "You're too complimentary about my son, blah 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 blah. My son was a disappointment to me, blah 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 blah."
What is this?
No, I'm sure it won't be like that at all. But maybe we should have just written to the mother. Maybe it was a mistake to write to the father as well.
Good evening. How may I help you?
Hello, I have got a missing person query, but it happened 25 years ago.
Hi, I'd like to request a list of missing persons from the time period around 25 years ago.
May I ask what might be the reason for such a request?
Doctor's records? Do I need a reason?
I'm assisting Dr. Volkov in archiving the medical records of the previous town doctor. However, it appears that one file, that of a young female, is missing a name.
Huh. Peculiar.
And the only clue is a note at the end that seems to imply that she may have gone missing around that time. Might you have a report of something like that in your archives?
I can certainly check for you. That long ago would now be in the public record. And while disappearances sadly tend to be more frequent nowadays, I can't imagine there were too many reports 25 years ago. We used to be a quiet, sleepy town. Just give me one moment, please.
Of course.
Some good news. I did manage to find one report that matched your description. However, I doubt it's the young woman you're looking for.
What makes you think that?
Well, the report came from her mother, a serf. It's highly unlikely her daughter would have had a proper medical file. They certainly wouldn't have been able to afford such a thing.
I see. Was there anything else of note?
Not really. Her life as a serf in town certainly wouldn't have been ideal. So it seems the police believed she simply ran off. The case was immediately closed.
How unfortunate.
The name noted at the end of the report was... Uliana.
Uliana.
Well, apologies that I couldn't be of more help for your archiving project.
Archiving project? Oh, of course.
Come on, Liza, if you're gonna lie, you gotta remember the lie.
Thank you for your help anyway.
My pleasure.
Okay, so we can go and tell her that.
Craftsmanship is stunning.
I still really want to know where the head from that poem for Arbon is. I'm going to be really honest, I have no clue. I don't know if it's a place we haven't unlocked, or if it's somewhere we've been and I just haven't interacted with something, maybe. I don't think there's anything up here that I can look at. No, because originally I thought maybe it was around the town hall area.
What is this?
But there's absolutely nothing there. I wonder if we have time to go and talk to... yeah, we've got time. We've got time to go and talk to, Uliana, if that's her name. Oh, she's not here?
I love listening to water.
Oh, well, that was a waste of my time now, wasn't it, then? That's really unfortunate and annoying.
I love listening.
No, I don't want to listen to the water. I want to go home and sulk because I wasted my time. I literally wasted my time. Very disappointing. I could have gone to the bookshop and tried to talk to Alyssa and stuff like that. Ugh. Of course, I didn't leave my window open for myself. What do you mean? Oh, it's because I wasn't flat on the floor. I was trying to take human shape while I was airborne. Oops. Okay, well, I feel like we didn't really get a huge amount done on this day. Okay, so we didn't get a huge amount done that night. I managed to waste some of my time trying to go to the island to speak to Uliana, who wasn't there, e.g. the Rasulka, But we posted the letter to Evgeny. Evgeny? Why do I keep calling Petya Evgeny? We posted the letter to Petya's parents. So hopefully we can make him some new wiggies. If they send them all back to me. We heard the rest of the doctor's story about his daughter. And we took advantage of our relationship with Roman and used him as a human feeding bottle. We're going to have to make that up to him in some way because our relationship was probably deteriorated, because I think it used to be at 90 and now it's at... Actually, I think it used to be at 100 and now it's at 80. So if you're going to feed off people that you want to have a good relationship with, you clearly need to balance that out with giving them gifts or treating them nicely, you know. So we're going to have to figure out how to make that up to him. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again very soon. In the meantime, take care and stay safe. Bye.